It's the Pacers in Indianapolis as we bring you an Eastern Conference contest. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We've got a special treat for you folks tonight. Sports. And before we get going,
well, guys, John Wall was the #1 overall pick in 2010, but he still thinks he's got a lot left to prove. Now, a bone spur in his knee held him back for several years. He's gotten the surgery.
Certainly one to watch, David. Thanks. Thaddeus Young came into the league viewed as a tweener with Philadelphia, but now I think he's viewed probably using that mark as an advantage to his game.
Yeah, positions just don't matter anymore. I think there's more perimeter players than ever. The fun thing for him is just the lefty thing. I think lefties...
Isn't it great?
Lefties have an advantage in the NBA because these guys are either tired or they played too many games or they did God knows what else, and they'll just forget somebody's left-handed, and Thaddeus Young gets these free layups because the guy forgot he was a lefty.
It's like in any sport, though. Left-handed quarterback's kind of fun. Left-handed shooter in the NBA is kind of fun.
I used to, when I played basketball back in the 1800s, I
remember those days.
I really hated guarding lefties because there's always that split second where you forget they're lefty, but just... It's like
so used to jumping a certain way, positioning your body a certain way, angles and everything else.
Even the way they shoot, like when you're guarding a righty, you'd stick your left hand up to try to block the shot or whatever, and you have to stick your right hand up instead. And I just think it's a real advantage. I wish I had raised my son to be a lefty, but I failed.
And now Washington's starting group: Beal and Porter, the talented wing set. Then it's AI. Then it's Young. Drills the three-pointer.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And we all know in a hostile environment, always tough, but they were the better team on that night.
No question about it. Honed in completely. They demonstrated real grit in a tough place to play, and they got the result they wanted.
Wizards have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Beal against Oladipo. To the paint, here's Lampley, up and in on the layup. He has 6.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Holiday looking over the floor. Up top, Oladipo. He's covered by Beal. Just 5 to shoot. McDermott for 3. No good on the shot. Now Washington takes it the other way. Last time they met was in Washington.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
Very satisfying performance, Greg, and one they'll look to repeat tonight. I mean, they ended up winning it going away.
Bill, you've done quite a few player interviews over your life, and I'm sure there are some guys that have surprised you with what they've got to say.
Yeah. I think we're in a really cool generation with basketball players where they're these really thoughtful guys who aren't afraid to share stuff. You know, some of the guys try to protect their images and their manufactured reputations, I would say, to some degree. But for the most part, the candidness of some of these guys, you can't hide on a podcast. Mm-hmm. If I have you for an hour, you're not going to be able to dodge stuff. You're going to have to talk.
You challenge people, that's the beauty of the podcast.
Well, and I don't have notes, so I do it. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, and we're going. And you got to be ready.
That's how Larry King used to do it. Yeah.
So some guys are ready. Like Durant was great. Durant was ready to talk, and we did 5 podcasts, and everything's on the table with him. But my favorites are, somebody like Kyrie came in, really smart. Kind of sort of ready to go, but not totally, but then got into it. And those are usually the best ones.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana. I want to get back to what we were chatting about, Bill, with how today's NBA players are so media ready, whether it be interviews or social media. Your take is really interesting.
I think in general, all these guys, the guys now are so used to talking to people and being in front of people. They're not surprised by questions, and they know how to handle themselves. They know how to not get in trouble, and they're comfortable.
Plus,
maybe
they've kind
20
of grown up with you, though, too. You know what? You've been relevant for many years.
Well,
they've grown up with your stuff.
To be honest, a lot of them just know me as the white guy on NBA Countdown. They might not have read me, but they remember like that year I was with Jalen Rose, But what's weird
I
is
think you'd be surprised. More of I think.
Well, you know this too. When you're on TV, the credibility you get from being on TV, I wasn't prepared for within the NBA.
Oh, really?
I think that's true. Yeah, I think it's he's on TV, he's okay, and maybe they don't agree with you all the time, but you've passed some imaginary checkpoint with those guys.
Well, you may think that TV was your validation. This is going to be your validation.
Oh, 100%.
2K. This is it. I'm stamping you right now.
This is better than winning a Pulitzer Prize.
Bill, it's interesting. More than 50 colleges and universities now offer scholarships in esports. I did not know this, and that number is probably only going to go up.
Yeah, it makes sense too. What's more popular, esports or water polo? No offense to the water polo players, but come on.
These kids
let's
love
move
it.
with the
They
times.
cannot get enough of these games.
No, every college should have esports.
He's still fighting, and sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. He's trying to get in the rhythm, but right now he's playing hard, but he's hurting his team.
Here's Prince, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Prince has got his second basket of the night. And so Holiday will bring it up for Indiana. 8-point game. Vucevic finds Hollis Jefferson. And Oladipo has it in the corner. Buries the long-range jumper. Oladipo's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Boy, this is the kind of player Victor Oladipo is. Confident, under control, ready to fire on the catch.
And AI throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Hollis Jefferson's got his first basket of the night.
And with the physical gifts that Hollis Jefferson has, he plays a lot bigger than his listed height.
Offensive rebound. Lampley. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Beal against Oladipo. Back to Holiday. Over Prince. The shot by Holiday, no good.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
The 7'2" wingspan of Hollis Jefferson paying off right there. This defense can be suffocating.
Now here's McDermott, guarded closer. Holiday against Prince. Clock at 4. Yep, it counts.
Sometimes, quite simply, getting a hand in the face of Vucevic is not enough. He doesn't buckle when the defense tightens up.
Bill, we know in your writing that you love to incorporate pop culture references. How did that begin with you?
Well, it began because in college, I was dropping them in columns and people were responding. I think pop culture probably mattered more when I was in college in the 80s and 90s because, we didn't have the internet back then. It was harder to connect with people you didn't know. Basically, you had sports and pop culture and politics. Those were the 3 ways. If I'm getting to know you, what are the 3 things we're going to talk about? I didn't want to talk about politics with anybody, so the other 2 things for me were sports, pop culture. I was also an only child in the 70s with only 5 or 6 TV channels watching Brady Bunch, Partridge Family, Sanford and Son, Jefferson's, Good Times, all that stuff. And, that stuff just soaks into your DNA, and that's it.
And so here is Indiana. They trail by 6. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And how about the points they put up? I mean, they were aggressive. In fact, at times overwhelming.
Hey, I agree with you there. I mean, they were in a really nice flow, Greg. Seemed like they couldn't miss.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Washington.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
The Pacers making a switch here. Ellington's checked in.
Dinwiddie's so good at figuring out ways to get the defense to foul him. You just can't be careless defensively when you're guarding Dinwiddie.
It's his first trip to the line.
An 85% mark from the line. There aren't too many players in the league who are going to sport a much better percentage.
Guys, he is close to where he was last year in that category, but his numbers are still down just a skosh. You know, he's a steady hand at the free throw line, showing tremendous confidence in this one.
And here's Wall outside, nailed from three-point land.
And, you know, Kevin, they count on him to provide offense, and he knows how to fill it up.
Dinwiddie passes to Ellington. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Prince's shot is good.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Schooling them right now, taking them to the woodshed, super aggressive and owning the paint.
Timeout called the Pacers.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
One of the standout performers recently, we have a chance now to recognize the Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
While most players can dominate with their scoring ability, he has done it with his passing. No doubt that he is the catalyst for this team on offense. And when players are cutting or moving to open space, he has found it.
Bill Commissioner Adam Silver believes the 2K Esports League will have the staying power of the NBA, WNBA, the G League. Pretty powerful comment to make.
And I hope he's right, because I want to be the lead color guy. I want us to be the team. Why can't it be us, Kevin Harlan?
Are you kidding me?
Let's do that. Cut me the check. As
Sign
Rasheed
me
Wallace
up.
would say, CTC. Cut the check.
Bill Simmons is here.
I'm ready.
Washington leading now by 13. Nice ball movement by Washington. And there's the big-time jam. He slams it right over Turner.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on, I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
Over to the left wing. Now here's McDermott. He's guarded by Rivers. Now here's McDermott. 6 points for him. And the foul on Miles Turner. That's his first foul. Kelly Oubre's checked in for Prince. Looking to end the run. There it goes. It's in, and the Wizards' lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket for McDermott.
McDermott does a solid job scoring close to the basket at 6'8". His size allows him to capitalize from there.
So on the floor for Washington, Beal and Porter make up the perimeter. Then it's Young. Then it's AI. Indiana's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Hawks was all business. Just an incredible number of points, and did his thing on the defensive end with a number of steals. The numbers in that game make me anxious to see what he can do tonight. Kevin?
David, appreciate the report. He was a one-man show in that game.
And, you know, it'll be interesting to see how much that took out of him. I mean,
Whoa!
Hey, watch out now. Watch out.
and this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that guy.
Bill, one shot to win a game. You can pick any player. Who's going to take that shot for you?
Kevin Durant. I think he has the most ways to get a good shot off. I always look at it as, is it a quality shot to get off? So he can post the smaller guy up. He can shoot a three. He's got the pull-up hezzy jumper, as he calls it. He can go to the lane and pump fake and do a little drop step, and I just think he has the most moves. Some people would say LeBron, but am I getting regular season LeBron or playoff LeBron?
Playoff LeBron.
Playoff LeBron would be my number one choice.
He'd be pretty good.
Yeah, he'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Regular season LeBron, I'm not as enthused about.
Holiday against Prince. Now, here's Oladipo. G right on him.
Outstanding anticipation that time from Oladipo, seeing the floor extremely well and then zipping the pass over to the open man.
And it's Prince penetrating. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. Talking about last-second shot instincts, Bill, you mentioned LeBron, KD. What about Curry? Where does Curry rank in that conversation?
Curry's good.
Top five?
You can guard Curry in those one-on-one situations with the right people. I'm not saying you're going to stop him, but, you put a taller guy on him. And Curry, to me, Curry is the greatest not in the offense scorer I've ever seen in my life, where he can get 32 and hit 10 threes and wasn't really involved in the game. Just, you forget about him from one play, and all of a sudden he's in the corner and they're setting him up, or he's running off the screen. It's a lot, almost like what Reggie Miller and Ray Allen were able to do, where, you run them off screens and you tire the guys out and you kind of hope the defense forgets they're out there. But he's not a conventional get-out-of-my-way guys. I'm going to get to the rim.
Absolutely.
Score like someone like Donovan Mitchell is.
And it's Beal in the corner. Sinks the three-pointer. Beal's got 9.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
Pacers trail by 17. Oladipo taking his time here. There's Hollis Jefferson. Rebound, Washington.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Prince. Does not find the basket. He's shooting 50% from the floor on 14 tries. Indiana's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Bill, we know about the love affair you have with the NBA, and you've written about it for so long. Started with the $4 ticket in Boston with your dad.
Yeah, my dad bought season tickets for the 1973-74 Boston Celtics, and it was only one ticket. And I think it was $4 a game, probably like $160 total. And he used to carry me in mainly because they didn't want to pay for a babysitter. So I started going to games that year, probably sleeping through a lot of them, and they won the title.
How old were you in 17?
So I was 4.
4 years old.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember anything from that season. The first season I remember is the year later when they lost before the finals to Washington. And then the year later they won the famous finals against Phoenix, the triple overtime game. I was there.
Was Cowens on that team?
Cowens, Havlicek,
Yep.
JoJo White.
Yep.
And I was at the triple overtime game in the 76 finals. It was probably the most famous NBA game ever. The kids out there now would nominate like Game 7, 2016 or something. But triple overtime game was the most famous game ever. And I slept through the entire second half and the first overtime.
Oh, no.
But then woke up because everybody was standing the whole second overtime, so I had to get up.
Down low. Hollis Jefferson, good. Hollis Jefferson's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trailing in this game, now is not the time to start playing conservatively. I mean, if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you've got to play freely and with confidence.
Puts it up from 12, and that one hits back iron. And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for Indiana. 15-point game. From down low. And there are the Pacers with another bucket.
And boy, has he come alive. Since the start of the second quarter, he has been on fire.
Hey, Bill, thanks for coming by. Fantastic stuff as usual. We really appreciate your time.
I appreciate being on Go Celtics.
You can't root on these, Bill.
I'm absolutely rooting. That's my team.
And Clark, always great to have Bill with us, a content creator who really taps into what the audience is thinking.
Could not agree with you more. Amen to all of that, Kevin. He's got a very loyal fan base and readers and viewers that share his vision, not just on sports, but on life. And that strong connection he has with them is admirable.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Pacers trail by 17. And stolen by Prince. And Young with the basket on the assist by Prince. Prince has got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Holiday dishes to Oladipo. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Prince. And AI throws it down hard.
And beginning to pull away. Really effective play calling halfway through this one.
Well, you know, you got to give them credit. I mean, they flipped the switch and they're not looking back now.
Vucevic with the bucket.
Well, I like the first quarter he had. I mean, and I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And AI throws it down.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart. And let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Well, Greg, it was the exact same kind of offensive showcase for him in their last game, too. When it happens this often, that's not a pattern. That's a characteristic.
And so it's Washington with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. And they... Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Really an incredible game from AI.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to. Just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, you know, good things happen when he cuts to the rim, Greg, and you cut into the heart of the defense like that, makes things easy.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for Indiana, we've got Hollis Jefferson. He's out there with McDermott. Oladipo is out there with Vucevic. And it's Holiday in at the 1. Clark, when you played some tremendous talent at the forward position, as you go back in your Rolodex, who was the toughest matchup for you?
Well, I look at some of the names of guys that I played against. Mark Aguirre, Larry Bird, obviously Kevin McHale in Boston. Calvin Nat was terrific with Portland at the time. Marcus Johnson in Milwaukee. Bernard King in New York probably was the toughest guy I had to deal with because he was such an animal and beast as a scorer and was relentless in his movement without the ball. He was probably the hardest guy I had to check.
Boy, some great names there.
Yeah, big-time scores at that forward position.
Shot clock at 5. Hollis Jefferson finds McDermott. Over Porter. McDermott can't get it to go. Washington's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Tell you what, as a former Pacer myself, the fans have to love this young core they put together. Oladipo and Sabonis via trade, Turner through the draft. That's a very strong core to build with.
No good on the second free throw. And for the Pacers and their young group, Clark, they all want to grow together.
Yeah, there's outstanding alignment from the very top of the front office, obviously with the coaching staff, and then the players. Tremendous chemistry when you look at the way this team embraces one another. And Oladipo has emerged not only as the star, but the leader who's very well respected by his teammates.
Holiday, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Oladipo, terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Now that's remarkable work inside from Oladipo. Not afraid to go up against the big guys down low.
To the middle. And there's Beal. That's good on the assist by Prince. And it's 13 points for Bradley Beal. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Pacers. And stolen by Prince. Here's Beal. Holiday with the block. Poked away and stolen by Prince. And Oladipo pulls it down. Oladipo's got 5 rebounds tonight. Prince's shot is good.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And the Pacers call time here.
And Kevin, they've been committing a lot of turnovers here. Taking care of the basketball is the #1 priority right now in that huddle. They've got to tighten it up.
Indiana making some changes. Turner's checked in for Hollis Jefferson, and Ellington is subbed in for Oladipo. And a change for the Wizards. Oubre's checked in, and Holiday kicks to Vucevic. Back to Holiday. It doesn't go for him. Now Washington takes it the other way.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And they're able to recover. The Wizards have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Prince against Holiday. Shots good from Young. Young's got 11.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Pacers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Ellington dishes to Holiday. Back to Ellington. 6 on the shot clock from outside the arc. Another miss by Holiday.
Yeah, he's costing them right now, sabotaging them a little bit. He's got to find his shot if they want to win this game.
He gets that one.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through.
And that's an alley-oop that'll be loop-to-loop all day long on the highlight reel.
Here's Prince, and AI throws it down hard.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Oh, Vucevic in position. Down low, Turner finds Vucevic. The fadeaway, and the Pacers can't get it to go.
Cannot give him that much room from mid-range. They got to feel lucky he didn't knock that one down.
The offensive rebound. They shoot again. Lampley, the third shot of the possession, finally falls for him. 20 points for him.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
McDermott kicks to Holiday. Knocks down the 3 ball. 11 points in the game.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Beal, the pass to Prince. Feeds it to Oubre. Pass to Prince. Here's Lampley. Tries again, and the layup is up and in.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Gotta beat nabbing another steal.
Steal after steal. He's been everywhere.
Oh, he's on a historic pace. Greg, he's approaching third most steals for a game.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
Here's Oubre. Right through the D for the layup. Oubre's got 6 points. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Washington.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Yeah, I'd like to see more passes like that from McDermott, especially when guys are open. And, you know, Thaddeus Young, the veteran forward out of Georgia Tech, over a decade of service in the NBA, and he's still one of the
And for Young, a veteran, as you mentioned, Clark, still one of the more athletic players in the league.
Yeah, he really is. Very impressive how long Thaddeus has been as consistent as he's been. Does a nice job running the floor. Really good in shot selection, and has become a more vocal leader as he is one of the older guys in the league now.
It always seems like great teams find the best glue guys that make them a team. Who are some of those players who just bring a team everything and bring it together?
I call those guys value utility guys because they do so much that helps you win, and things just seem to run better and go smoother when they're on the court. And there are a lot of them that fall into that category. They're not your primary stars, but they make the stars better. Robert Covington from Philadelphia has that ability because he shoots it well and defends multiple positions. And Draymond Green is probably at the head of the class.
By the way, you're our glue guy. You're a 2K.
Glad to be part of the team.
For Indiana, they have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific, 79% as a team.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball, bringing it up now for Indiana. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touched by Prince. Dinwiddie, 7 points in the game. To the inside. Plays it up and banks it in. Turner's got his second bucket tonight.
I tell you what, Turner just has a beautiful touchdown on the block. I mean, you get the ball where he wants it, he'll deliver for you.
Here's Wall. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Turner dishes to Dinwiddie. Back to Turner. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Inside, Prince. And EI throws it down hard.
Yeah, you know, John Wall is so masterful as a floor general. He's a real maestro out there. Terrific at finding the open guy on time and on target.
Wall against Oladipo. On the wing, Turner. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
A free throw drops for Rivers. Rivers hits both of them. And so here is Indiana. Oladipo finds Turner. To the inside. Rebound, Washington. Prince has got 6 rebounds in the game. Right side, Porter. And again, another assist. Dishing it all over the place in this one.
He's tallying them up in bunches.
Indiana's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Here's Dinwiddie. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And, you know, Spencer Dinwiddie appeared to come out of nowhere. Played in college at Colorado, got hurt right before he was drafted, but he's an outstanding competitor who does all of the little things it takes to win. I mean, you watch him play, and it's easy to see why he earns a coach's trust on the floor.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Just 5 on the clock. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Now Prince. Here's Mahimi. Another possession, another assist.
Another possession, another assist.
You know, Greg, he's sharing the ball well, hitting his guys in their spots. And so it's the Washington Wizards with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Washington's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. We've got Prince. Mahinmi is out there with Bryant. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Fowler in at the 3 spot. Nice ball movement by Washington. Here's Prince. Another one falls for Washington.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
The Pacers shooting at 51%. And another steal for him.
He's been a defensive terror all night long.
I've never seen anything like it. And he's actually tied the record for the most steals in a game.
Oh, my goodness. This fella's going to hurt somebody with a dunk like that. Probably will hurt himself.
Oh, there's too much fun to be had.
And he's having it. That had to be fun.
Here's Dinwiddie. You know, Clark, when you think about it, all fans really care about is winning, and that's hard to pull off when you're the only star on your team. We see it all over the league.
You know, basketball is not tennis or golf. It's a team game, and one man can't win a championship by himself. I mean, when you look at all the championship teams, they were championship teams, not driven by just one star player. And it's a blessing when you can play with other good players, and that's what all good players desire to do at some point in their career.
For Washington, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Rivers scanning the floor. Kicks it out to Prince. Shoots it. And he drops that one in. Prince has got 43 points.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, no let up. The killer instinct on display, trying to put this team away. I love the tenacity.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
At the line for 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Wizards making a change here. Oubre's checked in. Both good from the line that time. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Prince kicks to Mahinmi. Another possession, another assist. And that's his 20th assist. Wow.
Just doing a great job at orchestrating the offense.
A lot of super teams trying to form right now, Clark, in the NBA. Golden State, one of them. Talk about some of the sacrifices stars have to make, for instance, in Houston, when he swipes the ball away again.
He's stolen his way into the record book.
A new single-game high, GA for steals.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said.
Kevin and Greg, I'm telling you, that is he's one of the few players in the NBA who can pull something like that off.
And that pattern continues, guys. Another heat check, another log on the fire.
Well, they're scorching right now. I mean, the defense has to be concerned. Nothing they're doing is stopping this run.
Here's Dinwiddie, and it's blocked by Prince. Rivers passes to Prince, and AI throws it down hard.
Oh, the spinorama. Do you know what kind of athlete you have to be to pull off that 360?
Oh, remarkable, Greg. Truly remarkable.
Spinorama, huh? That's not a bad nickname. You might have something there, Greg. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I agree, Clark. Dinwiddie, no good again that time. Wizards have gotten 7 of their 8 shots to fall here in the fourth. A tremendous offensive outburst. Yep, that one goes in there. And that's now 6 points for Austin Rivers.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, certainly a step up from the first half. They're more engaged, more focused here in this second half, and they're getting good results.
Well, I like that he shows no hesitation there.
Well, that's as easy as it gets, quite honestly. Riding solo and coasting all the way to the rack. No simpler than that.
Johnson surveying the floor. In the recent CBA, there have been a lot of provisions put in there for retired players. Health insurance, increase in pensions, Clark, reimbursement for tuition. What do you think of these changes?
Love them, Kevin. Absolutely love them. And again, credit to the league and to the Players Association for thinking outside the box, reaching back to benefit some of the former players that are actually in need of these benefits and deserving of them. Come on now. Those guys paved the way in many ways for what we see of the league now. And most players appreciate and recognize that, and for it to be tangibly recognized
And like this crowd, I'm still in disbelief at how he's completely kept this offense under his thumb.
You look at all the steals, let's just say you don't see this every night.
Tell you, it is hard to say if I've ever seen a better defensive performance than the one he's had tonight. So many takeaways from him.
Knocked away. And Prince with a clear path to the hoop. And EI throws it down hard.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think.
Without question, a crowd pleaser to the 10th degree.
Johnson, a wide open look, and the 3 off target. Washington's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the 3-point shot tonight. Very respectable. He gets it in there. That's now 8 points for Kelly Oubre.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Ani Bogu kicks to Johnson. Pocket 6. Here's Dinwiddie over Prince. And the shot is long. With the floater, he lays it in. Prince has got 57 points.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Back to Sabonis. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
Hey, the unselfishness there by Dinwiddie, you love it. He's all about doing what's best for the team.
Prince outside. Breathtaking.
Now, I would say that's a special occasion for a slam right there,
Well,
Kevin.
what kind of occasion are you talking about? Why was he saving that one? My goodness.
Guys, I'm so glad I was here to witness that with you guys.
Here's Dinwiddie. There's the pass to Anabogu. Roy against Rivers. 3-pointer on the way. Roy can't hit. Prince outside. Here's Fowler. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Up again. There's Sabonis. Pass to Anabogu. And he gets the bucket.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target. Rivers dishes to Prince.
look at player contracts today, Clark, a little different from the one after you signed your rookie year. What, 4 years and $1 million? Do I have that right?
Yeah, you got the numbers right, Kevin. And, I look at that as all relative. How about the guys who played way before me?
Right.
And they were traveling on trains to games and were working jobs during the summer. I mean, it's all a function of the revenue generation of the league, which has grown exponentially. Since I played, we were part of the group that actually saw the first salary cap instituted in the early 80s. So growth is part of what we see now in players' salaries, and I'm all for the guys to get what they deserve from that standpoint.
2 shots.
That's good from Johnson. So both teams changing it up here. And both free throws good for Johnson. Washington's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Prince, the pass to Mahimi, buries it down low.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think.
Without question, a crowd pleaser to the 10th degree.
And Satoransky kicks to Prince. And EI throws it down hard.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
And it's the Pacers with the ball. Passes to Sabonis. There's the foul. It's on Mahimi. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Commissioner Adam Silver believes, Clark, that the NBA will see its first female head coach sooner than later. What do you think?
I think it'll happen. I'm not sure exactly if it'll be sooner. I think it'll be a little time because the pipeline, I think, has to be established to where you have some candidates. And you very well could have candidates now that may not have coached in the NBA that could possibly move into a head coaching role. But I think the progression to that would require, I think, more female assistant coaches before there's a comfort level with moving in that direction from an owner standpoint.
And so Holiday will bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Pass to Sabonis. Kicks it to Ellington. Back to Sabonis. Will it go? Outside Holiday. Off target from three-point range. Washington shooting a magnificent 69% in this game.
Nice looking floater there, Kevin. Such a fast shot, a quick release. Really hard to guard that.
The Pacers shooting in the 4th quarter, not pretty, down around 29%. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. Here's Prince. Chalk up 2 there.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Here's Leaf. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Washington calls timeout. Clark, you played for a small market team in Indianapolis, so difficult now for them to retain all-star level talent, or so it would seem.
Yeah, that's always been the case, Kevin, and I don't think that's changed much. You know, KD goes from Oklahoma City to the Bay Area. Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward go from small markets to Boston, although Kyrie was traded. Gordon Hayward was signed as a free agent. I think it's just one of those inherent issues that will continue to be a challenge for some of the small market teams. That's why the draft and developing drafted players for those teams is so critically important.
Washington's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Here's Prince. Nice follow through on the fadeaway.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Prince against Holiday. 6 to shoot. Indiana moving it around. Johnson can't hit.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Prince, the pass to Rivers. Satoransky with it. To the middle. Over Sabonis. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Mahimi's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And stolen by Prince. Moving it up. And another assist.
25 assists. What an unselfish performance.
He has been a sensational playmaker. And Holiday kicks to Leaf. Holiday against Prince. Holiday, the pass to Leaf. No good on the three.
Well, I think the defense got really lucky there. I mean, you can't afford to give up wide open shots from deep.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
Yeah, I think he's trying to put this one away, quite honestly. I mean, it feels like he can lay it up against any type of defense, and he can't.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Washington.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And words can hardly describe the way these guys have come out game after game after game and been dominant facing both conferences. When they hit the 72-win mark, we thought it couldn't continue. And when they rewrite the record books once more, we'll say, wow, we were glad we watched it all. What a team.
Wow, they finished the season series undefeated. 4 games, 4 wins, really asserting their dominance.
Well, they're going to finish, like you said, 4-0 against them, and you're right, very impressive.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Prince.
There isn't much else you want from someone. He gave it his all and was rewarded with a triple-double.
Here's Dinwiddie. 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the pass to Sabonis. Good work there as it goes.
Yeah, I like Sabonis' game inside because he's confident and skilled.
Now here's Prince. D right on him. And he elevates for the slam. Domantas Sabonis did not like that at all.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
Another shot. Pass to Dinwiddie from outside the arc. Rebound by Mahimi. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
And Satoransky kicks to Prince. Another bucket. Wow.
81 on the night. Channeling his inner Mamba right now.
There is no slowing this guy down. He is on fire. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Five seconds left in the fourth quarter. Fades away. No good there. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.
Yes, good game, fellas.
Good
Good game.
go.
Hit it. Yes, sir. Big time shot. Big time
Good
shot.
pass.
That's it right there.
Money 111, man. I'm with Flipper, man. Okay. Skirt, skirt. Let's get it. Flipper. Whoa. Hey, man, having a gang, man. Hear me? Understand me. They carry good at my family. Only I wanna grab it.
Yo, Veronica, you got a check for me?
Sure do. Here you go.
Thanks.
We can't do no. Wanna grab it? I make the birds sing high. You won't think they send me.